It's an honor to be here with you today. I certainly appreciate the invitation, and appreciate you inviting our law enforcement and our fire department personnel to be here with you. I'm sure they have a lot of contact with folks who are trying to recover from some of the addictions that afflict our community. And I'd certainly like to thank all of you who are volunteer working to help others to overcome these serious problems. I wish you well and hope that you have great success, and just encourage you to keep doing the great work that you're doing so far. On behalf of the City of Waycross, I'd like to read this proclamation. Whereas the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration observes National Recovery Month in September, and whereas the Center for Disease Control describes prescription pain pill and heroin abuse as a national epidemic in the United States, noting that in 2012 there were 529 million opiate prescriptions written, which is enough for every American adult to have their own bottle of pills. And whereas, according to the Center for Disease Control, there were 47,055 reported overdose deaths in 2014, of which 18,893 deaths were related to prescription pain relievers, and 10,574 deaths were heroin-related deaths. And whereas proclaiming September 2016 as Recovery Month will applaud those in addiction recovery and give those who have yet to begin treatment the motivation and opportunity to seek help from treatment and service providers like Bethesda Recovery Incorporated, Garden Gates, and various other community agencies. And whereas the state of Georgia and the city of Waycross are not immune to this epidemic, and therefore we can join forces and educate the community on the severity of this addiction and provide them with the hope and proper services they need to stop using and start living. Now, therefore, I, John Knox, Mayor of the City of Waycross, Georgia, do hereby proclaim September the 30th, 2016, Recovery Day, and witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of the City of Waycross, Georgia, to be affixed this 30th day of September, 2016, signed, John Knox.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Oh. Those are some scary statistics when you think about there's a prescription written every day, enough for each one of you to have your own bottle, and every other American adult to have your own bottle of opiates. That's kind of scary, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know if you were able to watch the video or the overhead, but I was trying to find some new drugs that are, we get smarter and smarter with drugs. We don't just stop. We add things to them, multiply them, and divide them, and we know how to do things. We're so smart. I just wish we'd use those smarts for something besides building more drugs. But there's a new one, and I was anxious to talk to you about this morning because it's called Crotum, and it's brand new. Well, it's not brand new, it's been, but they sell them in, I call them I don't want to racially profile stores, but we call them the Indian stores, and they're little bags, and it's now it's a very dangerous drug. It's just hit the streets in America. And in fact, last night on the news, I heard that the DEA is trying to stop it before it gets to be an epidemic here. But we have legislators that want to keep it from being regulated. I don't understand that. Of course, being regulated doesn't stop us from getting it, does it? Because there are whole lots of things that are illegal, and we still do it, don't we? Yes, we do. I just have to stop in the middle of this and ask, has anybody heard from Lauren?
She's on the way.
Okay, that's our speaker for today. So I just want to, she's coming from Industrial Park, and she has a story to tell, so I want her to be able to tell it. While we're waiting on her, she'll be here in just a minute, but I just thought it might be interesting if anybody has just a personal observation or something they would like to say about recovery themselves, if you would like to. Does anybody have anything? Marilyn, would you like to say something? Because Marilyn also runs a 12 Gates recovery group at her church for us, and so I'll just give you a minute to just say something, Marilyn. You'll have to come up here. I know I can call on Marilyn, she'll always talk. She's kin to me.
I'm a talker. It's a pleasure to be in front of you guys. I would like to share that I'm just now celebrating 2 years of doing recovery meetings at New Life.
Amen.
And we meet every Thursday at 7 p.m. And I believe God sends me the ones that are supposed to be there. I have a small, intimate group, which is nice because it allows people to share more than they might in a huger setting. I don't know what God plans to do with our group. I just know that I'm going to be there and see what happens. It's exciting to me. And another reason is because when I came to New Life, they had recovery, and then it left, and God just opened the doors, and when He opens doors, it's amazing, because you better put your track shoes on. Amen. He set me still for 3 years, and all I got was study to show thyself approved, so I did. But buddy, when He started moving me, it was just amazing, and God opened the opportunity for me to get, Cathy helped me find out how to get my credentials through Light University, and I was able to bring recovery back to my home church, which is, you know, my passion is recovery and helping others, because you need to give away what you've been freely given. Yes. And you know, something you say out of your mouth about your experiences could be the difference between life and death in another individual. And so I really encourage the people in my group to share, because I tell them you could be a lifesaver. This, I mean, people's lives hang in the balance here. But if that one word of hope, just that one glimpse, if they think, wow, if they're doing it, I can do it. That's what makes the difference. That, and also getting them in the atmosphere where the Holy Spirit can really do a work in their lives. I believe a lot of what we do is, Cathy taught me this too, is builders. To give, but to get them in an atmosphere where the Holy Spirit's welcome. Because I love to share, and I shout and proclaim it all the time. Any of y'all that follow me on Facebook, I take the whole feed first thing in the morning, because I get my Bible study time in and my recovery time in. I have to focus every day. I was out there for 35 years, and I'm coming up on 7 years, clean and sober. And, you know, I'm not going to, chase my recovery like I used to chase the dopamine. And it's that important to me. My dope used to be that important to me, but thank God it's not important anymore. It's important to help others find a life that is important. Anyway, I'd love to invite any of y'all if you know anybody. And even if they go to meetings anywhere else, you know, we teach 30 meetings in 30 days. You know, so if they're in AA or NA and they might want to try something new, you know, because I found the answer, and for me it was Jesus.
Yes.
I mean, I was in many recovery, many rehabs, many rooms of AA and NA around Jacksonville, Florida. And I'd come out with a head full of knowledge and a will that I was going to make it this time. But then the chemicals in my brain started flipping, and Cathy calls it the call of the wild, which I love to use, because I could not control it. I had no plans to use. I was working a program, doing the steps. I had it this time. Every time I thought I had it. And within a nanosecond, that call of the wild hit me, and I was going to get some dope, and nothing stop me. Until I found a power that lives inside of me that's bigger than that impulse to go and use drugs. Because my God lifts up a bloodstained banner against all that. Every time the devil tries to talk in my head, I've learned to cut that tape off. Don't play them tapes. You know, you've got to focus as a person that's been an addict. Because I don't like to say, oh, once an addict, always an addict. That's not who I am. I'm redeemed and I was bought with a price. And I like to say, I just like people to focus, because the devil will always, he doesn't take a break. He has one job on this earth: kill, steal, and destroy.
That's right.
And he's at his job. So we have to counteract all that. The more positive reinforcement you can put in your life, and the more you focus on him, the stronger you can become, because it will always be a war. The flesh is always at war. So I just thank y'all, and I pray for everybody that's ever been in addiction. I pray over you guys every day, as I pray for myself, because, you know, everybody has demons they fight. It's just with addiction, it's a little more crucial. I mean, there's some urges in us that just aren't normal, because we've altered our brains, and I mean, it just takes a while for your brain to heal. And I don't know if the impulses ever go away, or the dreams. But I know if I get up first thing in the morning, I put God first, I don't have to worry about none of the rest.
Amen.
It all falls into seat. And I can walk and live this life, have happiness, have joy. God restores families, He restores homes. I mean, I had nothing. I walked out of prison with nothing. And it's just amazing where I've come to now. I made a photo album the other day of all my mug shots.
Wow.
I showed my group, I said, y'all keep on that path, y'all make your own photo album. I got 20 horrific photos. They are horrific. I cried when I've seen them. I was like, oh my goodness. I was in Jacksonville, and I happened to be near the sheriff's station, and I went in there. I said, can y'all make copies of my mug shots? They said, yeah. I said, all of them? They said, yeah. Wow. And she handed me them, and I just teared up. I said, oh, thank you, Lord.
Amen.
I just want to shout and sing and look what the Lord has done. He touched my body. He touched my mind. And He saved me just in time.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
This is my dear friend Lisa Murphy, and she works with me as a volunteer and helps me in many ways. So.
Thank you, Cathy. Good afternoon. I was asked to introduce Lauren. As Cathy said, I'm Lisa Murphy. I'm a volunteer over at Bethesda House. I'm a teacher, and I'm also a life coach. I had the pleasure of meeting Lauren probably about 2.5 years ago, and she was one of my students in my class that I teach on Thursdays called Spiritual Boot Camp.